Hey guys, it's your man Blue Rapid, and I am back finally from Anime Expo in LA. It has been a couple weeks, but now is one of the few times that I have in my day to be able to do this recording. And I figured, it'd be really, really cool is if I go over some of the stuff that I got while I was there and how I acquired it, if you will. And since I already have a couple things on, I'll just show this off. Anime Expo hat. They had two hats this year. The time I went in 2017, they had only one, I think. This at the bottom. Didn't get a signature on it because I did meet a Power Ranger, oddly enough, but he was signing other things. So I didn't get this one signed, which makes it stay cleaner. I also got this PUBG mobile shirt. Oddly enough, the only way to get this shirt is you have to complete 3 tasks. Because if you've never been to Anime Expo, I should explain that first. There's all these different booths, stations, all this sort of stuff, and PUBG Mobile was there. I've never really played. Actually, I should say I've never played PUBG at all. I've played Fortnite, and that's about the closest I've ever come to playing PUBG. Now, on the mobile, it made no sense to me. Literally, the first time I played, I died. I was, I think, the first one to die. I am pretty certain I was the first one to die. The second time, it was teams, duos, and I landed, and I'm just running continuously without stopping the entire time. Eventually, I did run upon a crate. I got some ammo. Like I said, there was 3 tasks you had to do. One was just play the game, and 2, you had to come in the top 5. Like I said, while running around, somehow came in the top 5. And they were commentating on the fact that I was still running. They're like, look at Blue Rapid go. Look at him go. And I'm like, shut up! Shut up! Stop telling them where I'm at. And I died. I didn't get a single kill. They're like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm like, there is a lot wrong with that, but that's not the point. So the third thing was to take a picture. I will have that up on my social media page. They did like my picture. They're like, I like your expression on your face. It was gorgeous. And I'm like, thank you. And so because of that, I got the shirt. But because my team, I think we came in the top 5 or so. I don't remember. I also got this PUBG mobile bag. Has be the number 100. I don't know. Has this on the back as well. It's transparent. It came in so handy because I'd be walking around, and instead of trying to put in my backpack, I just put stuff in here. Versus the other time they gave us these backpacks, those string backpacks, which were flimsy, or they gave us these huge bags, which were hard to carry around. So this was a nice alternative. I also got some Dragon Ball Z Super card game cards. Let me just, boom. Yeah. So I think I got like 2 packs of these. One was you just randomly picked up somewhere at this one station. Another pack, they're like, hey, are you interested in playing? I'm like, sure. And they just gave me a pack of cards and I didn't have to play. They did hand out these originally. These were what they originally handed out with your lanyard. And mine is torn. Cool. That one TV show about Shield Hero or something. There was a station outside of the convention center it was Crunchyroll. They were doing this one thing where you go in and do these tasks. One of which was crush as many enemies with your shield as possible. At first, I tried to stab them, and then eventually I was just like, screw it. I put it on top and I laid on it, and like other people's shields were just absolutely destroyed. Mine is pretty much salvageable because I'm so big. Now, the next cool thing that I ended up buying was this playing card game mat. I really like it, and I'm not going to be using it like, oh, now I'm going to go out playing cards. No, I'm using it for my my mouse and keyboard. That's pretty much what I'm going to be using it for. And the funny story behind it is that originally I was like, I can't justify spending $24 on this thing. They're like, well, if you get 2 of them, it's for $36 or so. And I'm like, I still can't justify me spending this money. So, Nicole was going to get a bunch of like playing cards for April and Ricardo, and I was just like, I'll buy one of the cards. And so I grab a pack of cards for one of them, and Nicole was going to get one of these mats. And I was just like, okay, well, if you're going to buy one of those mats, I might as well buy one of the mats, and we get it at a discount. And so then I looked at it, and apparently my total was really close to $50. And if you spent $50, you got this really big bag. Now, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I honestly don't. I just saw that it was going to be free if you spent $50, and I was like, not even $10 away from getting it. I was like, Nicole, give me your cards. Just give them here. Oh, so I can get this bag, and we ended up getting the bag, and I was like, yo, it's free, so why not? And just to be clear, if you've never been to one of these, and you even live in the area, you honestly need to. If you're interested in anything anime, like, yes, it may be a bit of a drive, but even just getting a one-day pass, like, look at the schedule and see what is available. And if you're like, I'd really like to go see this, go, because then you can get into the convention, not the convention center, but the exhibit hall and the entertainment hall, and there's tons of free stuff that you can get, and it's really, really cool. So, like, this, yes, I spent $50 to get it, but there's tons of other free stuff, like those cards. I got this shirt just for playing a game. I got this hat, which wasn't free, but hey, I look good in it. So another thing I ended up getting was not important. That's not important at all. Actually, it was a mask. Yeah, I got this this really cool mask from not a weird place at all. Like, why would anybody wear this? Like, I don't get the point at all. It feels weird. Oh my god, it smells weird too. Oh. I also, like I said, there's a bunch of free stuff. Like, if you even go to a panel or something, you get these, like, I got one of these. It's a kind of like Shonen Jump in the sense that, like, there's a chapter from different ones in here, and then there's another one. You just pick these up, like, literally, you get a bunch of free stuff. I got this calendar. No reason why, and the only reason I'm showing it is because, like I said, I met a Power Ranger last time I went in 2017. This year, I met another Power Ranger, which I was just like, yo. When I saw him, my boys, like, his name is Dwayne Cameron. He was the Mercury Operation Overdrive Ranger. He's the alien one. But as you can see here, let me just stop covering his face. This is him in Operation Overdrive. But I did not realize he was in these 2 seasons. I was like, bro! Like, yo! And I felt kind of bad because, sort of bad, because he was talking about this one, and I was like, yeah, you were kind of, no, wait, this one, he was kind of a dick. He was actually, in the credits, they titled me as the dick. And I was just like, I think he's joking, but at the same time, I don't know, and it'd be kind of funny as heck if his name was Richard. Like, yo. But yeah, when I first walked past him, I did not realize that it was him, because as you can see here, he has kind of long blonde hair. When he was there, he had hair like this. And so I was like, I can't tell who that is. But yeah, I took a picture with him, got an autograph. Like I said, those pictures, you go see them on my social media pages, so check that out. But I was like, every year I've gone so far, I've seen a Power Ranger, and he was talking about how it's like, yeah, there's tons of other Power Rangers or people who were involved in the show at Anime Expo. And I was like, bruh! Like, yo, I did not expect to see that. Now, Anime Expo was not Anime Expo without the lanyard, which this year was involving Dr. Stone, which, if you haven't at least read it, like, what's wrong with you? It's a pretty interesting series. I'm not going to get too involved in, or I'm not going to get spoiling things for you, because the anime just got started. I got in trouble for spoiling stuff from that show. So I'm not going to try to even get involved in that. But I will be talking about the pins. Little turtle guy I got for Actually, I don't even know where that shirt is. I bought Ricardo and I bought 2 shirts, and if you bought 2 shirts, you got a pin. And I'm like, yo, this is cool. This is a cool pin. 2019. I like anything that like is a specific date sort of thing. Like I would want that. I want to be able to say like, yeah, this is proof I was there. And then there's And then there's these guys right here, as you can see, him, her, and is it a cat? Or is it a rat? I can't tell. I want to say it's a rabbit. But they're the mascots. It came in a set of 4, and I was a nice guy. I shouldn't say a nice guy. I was like, yo, one of my friends, they do a decent amount for me. They give me a hard time, but they still care. And I was like, here, you can have this. And she was like, really? I was like, yes, have it. Like, it's the least I could do. And I originally did not want these. The only reason I got it was because I thought it was the 2019 one. So I was like, I feel like an idiot. The One Punch one here came with little Saitama as well. And then I also ended up getting this one, which is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I think season 5 reference pin. I got those while standing in line for Viz Media's booth. Now, with that being said, when you go to these, a lot of the time, like, people try to line up past a certain point. They were really strict this year about that. They were like, yo, guys, you cannot wait here. I know you want to get in line, but this is no longer a line. You must disperse. And the problem with that is, which frustrates me to no end, is like, so say for instance, I've been waiting for hours to get even into the hall in which all this is going on. I've been waiting hours. They open up the hall, I get in, and I'm just short to be able to get into the line. So they're like dispersed. And so I'm like waiting around for an opening. And somebody who hasn't even waited in the line or got there like 5 minutes before the line started moving gets in before me. I'd be very frustrated because I'm like, yo, I've been waiting here. But there's nothing they can do. They can't have people waiting around and causing, what's the right word? Obstructions. That being said, Nicole and I'm too nice of a guy, whether it's because it's me living in Montana for long periods of time, or just that's just how I am. But we go around and Nicole's just like whoop, worms her way in there while I'm holding onto her backpack, going, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, oh my god!" And like we get in there, and at this point, people kind of do this bargaining thing. They're like, hey, man, if you do this, I'll give you this. Because they know if they wait any longer, they're not going to get the item they want. So we start going through, and this one guy, he was like, listen, if you give me, if you get those 2 mangas for me, I will buy them for you. I'm like, word? And they're like $20 total. He gave me an extra 5 because we were thinking maybe just in case of tax, or he was just being a nice dude, like, yo, you're doing this for me. And the entire time we're going through the line, I'm thinking to myself, I need to keep an eye on him. I need to make sure I recognize who he is so I don't accidentally hand this off to the wrong person. Or worst case scenario, I can't find him and he thinks I stole not only $25 from him, but 2 issues of My Hero Academia. So I only want these buttons because I'm like, yo, at least this is something that I'm like, memories, right? We're going through, and this one girl, she's wanting to get a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure statue, but they only let 1 per person, or at least 1 per transaction. And so she's like, hey, if you get the statue, I will buy all of your stuff. I was like, all of my stuff? And she's like, all of your stuff. And part of me was just like, does that mean I buy the statue and you buy my stuff? And I'm like, you know what? Doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, I'm coming out on top. So we're getting through the cash register, and she ends up like just like ringing up all my stuff. The girl goes to purchase it, $95, and then she purchases her stuff, $65. So she gets all this stuff, $160 total, people. $160 total just for a statue. I give the statue to her. I give the books to the gentleman. I walk off with my pins and an extra $25, and I didn't have to spend a single dime, which I was like, yo, part of me should have gotten some more stuff. But you know what? I'm not going to bite a gift horse in the mouth, I think is the term. Like, I got lucky is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to try to ruin it. Fire Force pin, hit new show. It honestly, I'm super excited because I've seen the first episode. It reminds me so much of Soul Eater because it is made by Soul Eater, but it looks like it's mixed with Blue Exorcist, which in a sense it pretty much is. It's involving demons, or I shouldn't say demons, fire spirit looking things. And you would think, okay, yeah, this is an Exorcist TV show. And so it's almost the same thing, and it's really cool. I cannot wait because it's going to be on Toonami next week, I think, and that's gonna be super cool. All right, the My Hero pin. I got like all 3 or 4 of the pins that they handed out, and the funny thing about it is that you go up to the Funimation booth and they were just like, hey, enter in your information and you can get 1. This one girl was like, have all 3. I was like, word, son. And you can also get another one if you go to the punching game that they had. So you go in there, and they were like, the top player gets some sort of special prize. And I did pretty good, but no one called me, so I don't know what happened. So I end up going up, and there's some big dudes that do it, and some of them didn't even break 800. That was the crazy part. I go up there, I drop myself, and I know people weren't thinking I was going to do well, but I hit a 953. Realized the max you can go, I think, on that machine was like 1,000, and I was just like, what the? And I was mind blown by the fact that I did so well. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't win anything, but I did get this pin. I did get another pin somewhere. I think it's in my bag, but that's not the point. Oh my goodness. The reason why I collect these is, like I said, memories. So you get a bunch of free stuff like this just for going. So if you're able to go, you shouldn't have an excuse if you live in like the general area. Even if you're like 2 hours away, just go. Just go have fun. Look at the cool anime stuff and all the cool games they have. Just go. But yeah, since I did go and buy the pins, I did get these. So, or not these, but this bag, which is a really good feeling bag. It doesn't feel cheap like the one you got for going to the expo. I also ended up getting this fabric bag for Mob 100, which feels really light and cheap. And I got more content you guys don't need to worry about. Yeah. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Now, realize I didn't get it signed. It just came this way. So if you're thinking, oh my god, will you give that to me because blah, blah, blah. No. Like I mentioned earlier, that Crunchyroll thing, they had a bunch of these just lying around. Let me get in close. Yeah, so they just literally had them lying around. And I think they were wanting us to just take one. I took more than one because I'm a savage that way. And I don't think they're the best of quality either, because this one's not even, like, this is me with holding the back of it. It's not even at all, so it's whatever. But the bag's pretty nice due to the fact that I can put things in it and whatnot, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Meh. Now, the next thing I'm about to show you has nothing to do with the expo, but I thought it would be really cool since I went to Disney World that I then try out Disneyland, because in the Magic Kingdom there's not all the rides that they have at Disneyland. And I was like, you know what, let's go to Disneyland. And they were like, fine, because Nicole and Ricardo have friends that work there, and they could have gotten us in for free. Sadly, none of them were there, so we ended up just making an adult decision and going to just Disneyland. I was like, you know what, there's no point in us spending $200. That was the peak. We were at the peak period of their season. Price for tickets were kind of pricey, so we were just like, you know, let's just go to the one park. And we ended up having a lot of fun. We went on a lot more rides than we originally thought we were going to do. We ended up going on the Star Wars scavenger run, the new ride at Star Wars Land. We were able to go on that. Like, the line got as short as like 50 minutes at one point. And so we're like, why not? Let's do it. And I also got to get my very own lightsaber, which I was super hyped about. It was $215. So you get to make your own lightsaber to exactly how you wanted it. Now you have to pick one of 4 categories. And each category has like different parts. It has like 2 different parts. So technically, yes, it's not the ultimate customization that you would think, but at the same time, you still got to choose what pieces you wanted, what kyber crystal you got, and it came with its own carrying little thing. So when I got on the plane at the airport, people thought I had a fishing rod with me. And the best part is when I was going through security, they had to put it on a different conveyor belt because reasons, I don't know. And this guy was like, "Who has the lightsaber?" And I'm like, "That's me." And I had to run over to him, and he was just like, "You're a lucky man. You're a lucky man." But it also comes with this little pin. The pin is pretty much its way of letting them know which one you picked without saying, "Hey, which one did you pick?" And you sitting there going, I think I want to go with this one. I wanted this one. No, you decided on this. They're going to give you this. They're all different shaped and different designs. So it's like really clear which one you picked. And you had to wear it on your like left side, which I was like, okay, cool. And originally they were just like one person and one guest is what I was told before ever going. They then changed it to like you can have 2 people, and I was like, cool. So both of my friends were able to go with me. I'll have a video for that up later. Like all of this Anime Expo and stuff, I'm still trying to finish Disney World's videos. I'm very backed up. I have several videos that I'm like I've recorded and need to do. So I apologize. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person. I know. Be patient. That's all I ask. Yeah. I'm looking at myself on the camera, and the light of it makes it look legit. I'm just like, yo. Oh, yeah, this is dope. It's super dope. Now, like I said, customizable. It makes that sound when you pull out the sword. And if you try turning it on, it gives a sign it won't work. For whatever reason, every time I put it on, it aligns itself a little bit differently. Because I was hoping it would line itself up with the sword, and then this handle would be lined up with it. No. Doesn't want to do that. Don't know why. But it is hefty. It is solid metal. I am completely surprised, and it's justifiable for how much it costs, because you can also get replicas of like Luke, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Mace Windu, any of their lightsabers, and it's about like $100 some. But this one is you make it yourself. You go through the experience. You get the pin. You get the case. Totally worth the money, in my opinion. Now, it may not be for everybody, you know, like, don't just be like, I want my own lightsaber. It's not fair that I can't afford it. I mean, like, not everyone's going to be able to afford it, but it's totally worth the money. Because, like I said, this is hefty. If I get locked out of my car, or someone tries to steal my car, and I have to break into my car for some strange reason because I don't have the keys, and I can just go, bah, and break open the glass. That's literally how it works. I'll just take this apart real quick. One little thing. You see that light blinking in there? That's what tells it what color. Now, the cool thing is, inside, like I said, is the little kyber crystal. Apparently, each crystal, no matter the color, has, like, I shouldn't say each crystal, but, like, it's not just one character inside. There's several people, depending on who typically wielded this color, will determine who can be in this crystal. And so, since multiple people use blues, it can be anybody if you put it into those little box things that they also sell. You can take it out, switch it out for a new one, and it'll change the color of the blade, which gives you that customization option. Like I said, each lightsaber is their own, and it's really cool that way. I'm like, yo, I would do this again, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that right now I am in financial strain after going on this trip. I'm like scared. Now, I'm going to try to get this back in there. Now, it's supposed to make some sort of noise when you put it in there. For whatever reason, it doesn't do it all the time. Sometimes it does it. I'm worried that I may have gotten water damage because I did take it on Splash Mountain with me. And I'm like, I feel like an idiot, but it was so fun. Oddly enough. Now, whenever I put this one on there, that's when it starts making the noise. So, let's see if it'll work this time. Yeah, so it's not plugged in all the way, but I really enjoy this. And if you are a Star Wars fan, I highly recommend you make your own. This one is Protector and Defender. There's like Peace and Justice, Power and Control, and then Harmony with Nature. Like I said, this one's like the Old Republic versus like Power and Defense, or not Power Defense, Power and Control is like the Sith. Peace and Justice is like Obi-Wan, Anakin, that sort of era. This one's like when Yoda was young. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Like I said, I had a blast. I got a lot of cool things. I got a lot of cool pictures. Probably stuff that I have around here that I could show you guys that I'm not thinking of right now. It's like I had such a great time. I had so many great memories. It's hard to pull them all out to the surface. Like I said, if you live in the general area or it's not even that expensive for you to get to California, I would recommend going. Going to Anime Expo is a great experience because you see all these different people in cosplay. Back in 2017, I met the female Zabimaru, like, you know what I mean? Where the Zanpakuto toe spirits came out and were interacting with them. And I met Zabimaru. That was cool. I met 2 Power Rangers both times that I've gone. So there's always going to be something there for you to enjoy. So don't think for a second it's going to be nerdy. No. I went to a convention like right after I got back, and I was like, yo, this is the lamest thing I've ever been to compared to Anime Expo. So if you've never been, I highly recommend going. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Let me know if there's other things you guys want to see me do. Also, like I said, I'm going to be posting videos from Anime Expo. I had a lot of fun. I have a lot of video, and I have a lot of things to probably talk about too, besides what I just talked about now. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure you press that like button, share, subscribe. Hopefully I will see you guys again. I will be posting all those videos as soon as possible, so just be patient. But hopefully I'll see you guys again next time. But until then, deuces.